entertainment, your one-stop channel, Asset Television. Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment, your one-stop channel, Asset Television.
Hello and thanks for staying with us on Asset Television. Welcome to the news. I am Emmanuel Ejike. First, the headlines. Nigeria House of Representatives probes CBN's disbursement of anchor borrowers' funds. Nigerian Navy promises tight security in eastern waterways. More pressure mounts on Joe Biden to quit re-election race as he meets Democrats' governors. Now, the news in full. The House of Representatives has resolved to investigate promotion stagnation in the Federal Civil Service from 2013 to 2023. The resolution was sequel to a motion moved by Salman Idris, the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Colleges and Institutions in Abuja. He said that promotion remained the progression of civil servant as well as a motivational incentive for productivity. It is declared the incessant stagnation in promotions across ministries, departments, and agencies of government. These, according to him, had resulted in loss of service delivery, decline in highly specialized skills, low levels of productivity and performance, employee unrest, corruption, and dampened morale. He said that the civil service remained the engine room of government, adding that it required a holistic reform that could promote global best practices. He added that the issues of promotions and recommendations as and when due was imperative and should not be overlooked. The House of Representatives on Tuesday mandated its Committee on Nutrition and Food Security as well as the Committee on Agricultural Production and Services, Agricultural Colleges and Institutions, and Finance to investigate the alleged misuse of the federal government's interventions on agricultural funding by the central bank. The Nigerian Incentive-Based Risk-Sharing System for Agricultural Lending, the Bank of Industry, and other agencies. The decision of the House followed the adoption of a motion on the alleged mismanagement of government agricultural initiatives and funding by departments, agencies, and government programs outside the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, sponsored by Rep. Chike Okafor, the member representing Ehime Mbano, Ihite, Mboma, Obowo Federal Constituency of Imo State. Specifically, the committees are mandated to thoroughly investigate CBN's alleged mismanagement of the Anchor Borrowers Program, for which 1.12 trillion naira was to be disbursed to 467 million farmers involved in either maize, rice, or wheat farming through 563 anchors. The committees are also to look into nasal disbursement of over 215 billion naira to facilitate agriculture and agribusinesses. The committee is given 4 weeks to report back to the House. Will equally assess how the Bank of Industry disbursed 3 billion naira to 22,120 smallholder farmers through the Agricultural Value Chain Financing Program. Finally, the committee will investigate the handling of the 5 billion naira loan facility to the Bank of Agriculture for livestock farmers across the country and the management of the National Agricultural Development 1.6 billion naira recovery fund for the ginger blight epidemic Central Task Force for the control of blight disease in ginger, among other interventions. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Kwara Command on Tuesday said it has apprehended three suspects allegedly involved in various criminal activities including theft, burglary, and fraud. Ayola Shola, the command's public relations officer, said detectives from the tracking unit arrested one Ibrahim Wasiu, 31, from a Yenkorin area of Ilorin. Shola said the arrest followed a report from one Mumuni Kabir of several burglaries at his residence. The PRO reported that the complainant complained that valuables such as motorcycle, 2 Android phones, a home theater system, and other household goods have been stolen from his residence. He said that after thorough investigation, the suspect was apprehended and all the stolen items were successfully recovered. Also on June 30th, acting on a tip-off, the command's tracking unit apprehended one Saliu Jimo. He was arrested for alleged theft of electrical cables and fittings from a building under construction in Ga Ajanaku area of Ilorin. Shola said Olalekan falsely portrayed himself as a senior staff of the Ministry of Finance and claimed to be a politician, promising Mustafa 3 Hajj slots in exchange for the payment. Upon investigation, it was discovered that the suspect is a scammer who deceived unsuspecting members of the public for financial gains. The PRO said all the suspects confessed to the crime and will be prosecuted in a court of competent jurisdiction once investigations were completed. The state commandant Umar Mohammed on his part assured the public that the corps will not rest in its quest to combat criminal activities in the state. Mohammed issued a stern warning to criminals to vacate the state, emphasizing the corps' commitment to ensure a safe environment for law-abiding citizens and making it unsuitable for criminals. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Asset Television. We're back after this short break.
Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Asset Television.
Welcome back from the break. Commodore Rotimi Oderemi, the commander Nigerian Navy ship Victory, has said that the entire Warri Channel adjoining creeks and islands are now under 24 hours naval surveillance. Oderemi said this in Calabar when the leadership and members of the Nigeria Union of Journalists Cross River Council visited him. The commander said that the Navy had also ensured mobile patrols around the Eastern Naval Command to ensure a safety of artisans, fishermen, and other legitimate water users. Oderemi thanked NUJ for their readiness to partner the Nigerian Navy to project its activities and successes to the public. He said that as stakeholders in national development, NNS was ready to support the activities of NUJ beyond security lines. On her part, Achibong Basi, chairman of NUJ Cross River Council, said the visit was to reenact synergy between the Navy and the media in the state. Basi commended the Navy for its role in ensuring that the challenge of crude oil theft was reasonably tackled. He said that naval personnel put their lives on the line to checkmate economic sabotage along the nation's waterways. The NUJ chairman also thanked the Navy for being proactive in the campaign against illegal oil bunkering in the South-South. A large-scale farmer, Alhaji Zayanu Aliu, has appealed to the federal government to enhance security and promote agriculture. This, he said, would bolster the attainment of food security and reduce the hardship currently being faced by the masses. Aliu made the appeal in a statement made available to newsmen. He stated that the government can help alleviate hardship and improve the standard of living for Nigerians by improving economic opportunities and creating jobs. He added that the provision of quality education and health care should be prioritized while addressing corruption and strengthening institutions and the rule of law. He lamented that climate change and environmental degradation were formidable issues affecting Nigerian farmers, urging government to take necessary measures in addressing them. The FCT Police Command on Monday confirms that at about 8:40 p.m. there was a building collapse at Unity House, Area 11 by Nkwere Street. In response to the distress call, the Commissioner of Police FCT, CP Bennett Igwe, promptly moved to the scene with multiple patrol teams as first responders to cordon off the area for possible rescue. 3 victims were successfully evacuated from the collapsed building and rushed to the hospital for medical care. The attention of the National Emergency Management Agency of Nigeria and FCT Development Control was drawn to the situation, and their personnel have taken charge of the area for robust management of the scene. State governments in South-South region have activated emergency response centers aimed at containing any eventual outbreak of cholera in their respective domains. government sources from Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Rivers who made the disclosure while responding to a survey also said that there were no confirmed cases of cholera in the states. They said the states have already commenced sensitization campaigns to educate residents on measures to mitigate the disease. It will be recalled that cases of cholera outbreak had been reported in 96 local government areas in 30 states of the Federation between January 1st and June 11th. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, no fewer than 1,141 suspected cases, 65 confirmed cases, and 30 deaths from cholera have been reported during the period. Cholera is an infectious bacterial disease of small intestine caused by injection of the bacterium Vibrio cholerae contracted from contaminated water and food. Speaking in Akwa Ibom, the Health Commissioner, Professor Augustine Umo, said, "For now, there is no reported case of cholera outbreak in the state." He said, "Government has already commenced the sensitization program in all the 31 local government areas of the essence of maintaining personal and environmental hygiene." He urged residents of the state to adopt household water treatment schemes such as boiling, filtering, and disinfection before using. Umo said that apart from the sensitization, the government had taken other steps to contain any eventual outbreak of the disease in the state. Already disclosed that the state government had deployed medical supplies to areas prone to infectious diseases. She added, the Infectious Disease Treatment Center at Rivers State University Hospital, which was marked for upgrade into an infectious disease institute, is now fully equipped to manage cases. Ore said that the Health Ministry had enhanced the skills of health professionals and initiated health awareness campaigns promoting safe hygiene practices. She also said that a surveillance system had been on high alert regarding potential triggers of infectious diseases. The Commissioner reiterated the state government's commitment to providing adequate support, response, and containment of viral diseases. U.S. President Joe Biden will meet with Democratic governors on Wednesday as he faces increasing concerns and growing calls to withdraw his candidacy, including a Congressional Democrat. Biden will talk with governors and Capitol Hill leaders this week, officials said on Tuesday, to reassure them of his competence and address escalating discontent among party leaders after last week's calamitous debate performance against Donald Trump. News of the meetings comes after Lloyd Doggett, a congressman from Texas, became the first Democrat in the House of Representatives to publicly urge the president to step aside. As of Tuesday evening, a House Democratic aide said there are 25 Democratic members of the House of Representatives preparing to call for Biden to step aside. Reuters poll released Tuesday also found that 1 in 3 Democrats said Biden should end his re-election campaign following the debate in Atlanta, where he gave a low-energy garbled performance. His campaign, he noted, had raised $38 million since last week. As senior party figures continued to offer Biden public support even amid fevered behind-the-scenes concern, Doggett brought his own misgivings into the open, saying he had hoped the debate would give some momentum to the president's stagnant poll ratings in key battleground states. And that is the end of the news. I am Emmanuel Ejike. Keep watching Asset Television for more interesting programs. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Asset Television. Welcome